So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be performing a really cool any card at any number style effect. It's by Rick Lax. So if you are ready to watch that, then stick around and I'll see you in just a second. So this trick is actually quite unusual because usually I wouldn't want to spoil the ending of a card trick because that would ruin the card trick, wouldn't it, usually? But in this case, I'm going to do something slightly different and get the spectator, you in this case, to actually tell me how the trick is going to end. Now that's interesting, isn't it? And the way you're going to do this is that all I want you to do is just name a number that's roughly between 1 and 52, let's say between 20 and 40, just to make it a bit simpler for us, okay? So let's say you name the number 24, for example. That's absolutely fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle the cards, and I would get the spectator to write that number 24 down, but I'll just pop it in the corner of the screen so we can remember it for later. So whilst the deck is being shuffled, I'm going to ask the spectator now to cut off a portion of cards, and actually we're going to need the card box, so I'll bring it over just for the time being. And what I'm going to get them to do is cut off a portion of cards and count how many they have. Okay, so you're going to count how many cards they have and pop them into the card box. So let's say that they need to cut off a portion of cards roughly between, let's say they can cut off a portion of cards less than 25, just so we have a big portion of the deck to play with in the end. Because otherwise it's not going to be that impressive as there's not that many cards left. So just cut off a portion of cards less than 25 and just count how many you have and pop that into the card box once you've done. So the spectator will do that now. So the spectator is now thinking of the number 19 in this instance, so they would be thinking of that number, and this would go into the card box for now. So now all I'm going to do is the remainder of the deck can be shuffled, and we're going to get the spectator now to think of any one of these remaining playing cards using the number that they cut off just a moment ago. Okay? So the idea is I'm going to show them each of these cards one at a time, and they're going to remember the card that appears at their number. So if they cut off one card, they would remember this card right here. Okay? If they cut off two cards, they'd think of this card. And number 3, you'd think of this card. And number 4, you'd think of this card. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm assuming you're thinking of a card already? Perfect, that's absolutely perfect. So you're thinking of one of these cards. I have no idea which card you could be thinking of. And I have no idea where your card is in this section of cards that is remaining. However, you have already prophesied the ending of this card trick, and I did say, I don't know if I mentioned actually, but this is the ending of the card trick right here. So you said 24 earlier, and that number actually referenced the positioning of your card, believe it or not. So if we go now and we count down to the number 24, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The 24th card, the 10 of clubs. And I'm hoping that is your card. So that is the trick Where It Has to Go by Rick Lax. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you didn't, then I'm sorry, and I shall hopefully redeem myself in the next video. With all of that said, I shall see you next time. Goodbye.